Hey guys, welcome back to the Joe Jaguar Show, your best friend, science, astronomy, and telescopes. Well, I hope one of them. So today, let's look at this, the Denkmeier bino-viewer. So let's get to it. Okay, so my friend Alp, also he's a subscriber of the channel and a member of the channel, had this Denkmeier bino-viewer, and it's pretty expensive. I believe there's, well, a couple different versions with options, but I believe this was around $800 used in the Canadian market. So let's take a look at it. So you have a body like this, and of course you twist it like this. Okay, it has some nice covers, which are like, instead of plastic caps, you actually have a caps. They're metal. So I guess that's, if you're going to pay this much, maybe that's something you want to expect. At the bottom you also have a screw-on metal cap, and there is a multiplier at the very bottom, and I guess that's kind of like a 2x Barlow, I assume. I do not have the manual, but from my knowledge and my thinking, I think that's what it is. So it just looks like a multiplier, so I'm gonna probably say 2x. Now, probably depending on what kind of scope, like an SCT or Mac or your refractor, maybe, you know, that could be a good thing, just because a lot of bino-viewers, you might need like 3 pairs, let's say, of a matching set eyepieces. So I've owned 2 in the past. One was in a more expensive custom model that was called Tuthill, if you guys remember that. They were a company in the 70s and 80s. I think they, maybe in the 90s sometime is when their the name brand ceased to exist. And then I had a Cinta, I might have been a Skywatcher, or maybe it was an Antares brand bino-viewer. So very similar to the Orion one or Skywatcher one. Nothing too expensive, about a $200 model. And with that one, I had like 3 different types of eyepieces, 2 matching like 26mm Palazzo. Then I probably had I don't know, something like 15, and then maybe 2 12s or something like that. You know, that's more than enough for a bino-viewer. As depending sometimes what telescope you use, you might use a Barlow with that. So that then is pretty high power. The downfall is I can never get merge, even with those 2, the image into one single image. They were always kind of close, but I can never get it close enough. But anyway, let me talk about that in a minute. Let's go back to here. So it's an all metal construction. Like I said, it has the amplifier here, which I believe is a 2x. And over here, you have these little winged parts here. And one is going to be in the middle. It's going to be just sight through. Now, if you push it in, it's going to be 2x power. And then if you push it in this way, it's going to be 3x power. So in one way, that's actually good because you don't need any Barlow. Everything's internal. And the downfall is, if this internal part does break, it's going to be more expensive to repair than just a Barlow. But besides that, I guess that's neat. You amplify here, you can do another 2x here, 3x here. So you'll probably get all the power that you need with one set of eyepieces, which again is kind of neat. Let me put this cap back on. Now, this here is just, he has just the 1.25" adapter. So since it's a 2-inch barrel, I think that's probably the best way to use it if your telescope can, instead of using the 1.25" barrel, which I think is going to be weaker anyway. So I would say, if you can, because it's pretty heavy. When I balanced my telescope using it, I had to rebalance it again once this sucker went on. Anyway, let's take a look at these eyepieces here. Of course, they have a stamp on it, made in America. This is a kind of weird type of eyepiece holder. Instead of it being like a plastic bolt holder, this is like all metal screw on. And even the eyepiece, you have to unscrew it from the bottom. Let me show it to you. So the eyepiece goes in there and screws in. So which means it's never going to shake. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe with this kind of money, you expect perfection and them to think of everything. I guess that's fine. I don't think I would really complain if it was just a plastic bolt holders, but maybe it would be cheaper if it did come with that instead of something this fancy. However, if it did not lower the price, then I would want something really good like this instead of plastic bolt holders. So these are 21 millimeters matching set eyepieces. It's made in the USA, fully multi-coated, and it has the winged eye cup. So I guess you would use it like this. You would put it in and then put each one here like that. And then it would cover the stray light from hitting your eye. So I think it's a very good brand. It's not cheap, it's very expensive. I guess in one way I do like how it has the power amplifier at the bottom and the two power wing nuts thing. That way, one set of eyepieces, because if you're paying this much, I would hate to buy 3 or 4 sets of eyepieces, you know? So maybe like that, all the power range is in your scope and in there. The first one I owned in the 90s was the Tudhill version. The same thing would happen. I would not be able to focus or merge that image. Because it was a pre-owned unit and it was a little bit older unit, I thought maybe it was misaligned, so I got rid of it. Years later, you know, maybe the early 2000s, I tried it again with a mass-produced one, again, a Cinta model. I believe maybe it was the Antares model or like the Orion or Skywatcher type of quality name brand. And I thought by buying brand new and then getting 3 sets of eyepieces would work. I was hoping a new one would work with me, and it didn't. Same thing happened. There we go. So let's test this guy out and see if now a high name brand quality one does work. So let's get to the video. Hey guys, so today we're going to be using the Ascar 140 triplet, and we're going to use the Denkmeier bino-viewer, and I want to test it out. So in the past, I have owned 2 other bino-viewers, and it never really worked for me. It was never comfortable for me to merge the image in one image or to my eyes. After the second unit, I decided I'm no longer going to do bino-viewer. It just doesn't work for me. But since Alp, who's a subscriber and a member on the channel, had this guy, I asked him if I can borrow it, and he said sure. Now it's not a cheap unit, it's an expensive unit, so I am hoping it will work this time. I just let it cool down for about 30-35 minutes. It's definitely coldish, but I'm not sure if that's 100% enough, but it should be enough for testing. So I'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see if I can look at Saturn, which is up there, and Jupiter, that's just right there, peeking out of the building right now. We're going to be using the EQ6, of course, because I want it rock solid. Okay guys, so I think I have it working. I was led to believe when you're using bino-viewers, you have to shrink this like about 8 inches. It says 12 on the scale. And then just focus, because the bino-viewer is going to be adding so much. But when I have this collapsed and without it has an amplifier, multi-amplifier. I don't know exactly what, how much power it's amplifying. Without it, I can't get it to focus with the telescope turret being up or down and focused. I get to a small circle, but it doesn't get any smaller. Now that I have it in this format, the turret all the way out, or the extender all the way out, and it does, I think, focus. Let me just double check. Yeah, there we go. So I'm at focus point now. Okay, and we're using the 21mm eyepieces that came with it. So the image might be, I'm not sure, medium-ish because it has the amplifier, and then 21mm is not too low, it's not too high. My right eye is not focusing to the same point as my left eye, so I just had to pull it out a couple millimeters. Same thing is happening, guys. So just in case you guys are going to say, well, why don't you use a chair? I have a stool here, but no matter what I do, open them up, I see two images. If I open it up all the way, I can't see no image. I start to shrink them, and I can't merge the item into one image. I see two Saturns, no matter how I open or close them. This is the same problem I had with the other two. So no matter what I'm doing, I see two Saturns. Open it up a little more, I still see two. Put my eye right in, down on it, and I only see one, but it's because my eyes aren't aligned to the other one. Yeah, still two. Yeah, too far apart. So I'm not sure. This is closed all the way. I'm only looking with one eye. So unfortunately, I don't see, my eyes don't want to merge both of the Saturns. One eye is fine. Just, it doesn't work. I can't get any image besides two images. It's not like binoculars where you have each an individual barrel. Here it goes into one, so it doesn't work with my eyes. I can see, like, if I come a little further out, I can see Saturn one image, but it's because I'm only looking through one barrel. I'm not looking at both barrels. Anyway, I guess that's it. I don't know what else to do. That part in, so I think this one was 2 times and that was 3 times, and it already has an extender. I mean, it looks pretty large-ish, but again, all the way in to opening, it never merges into one single. I guess that's it for tonight, guys. No matter what I do, what this out in, the 2 times, 3 times with the extender, without that amplifier, it doesn't even focus at all. But it just doesn't work with my eyes, and I was hoping this one was going to. Bino viewing is just not for me. What's funny is my dentist as well have said, you know, Joe, for a male, my molars and teeth are actually smaller than the average male. Now, I'm not a big guy. Maybe I don't have a big, thick head, you know, but I did feel that if I closed it enough, these eyepieces, it started hitting my nose. So again, if I had a fuller head or a much wider head, my eyes were wider, maybe I wouldn't need to compress it all the way, but I did feel, and I think I do agree with him, if I recall now, those just regular, 1.25" super palazzos that you see, like the Mead and the Omni, those are much thinner, and I believe I got much closer to almost merging it, but again, I couldn't merge it. But these ones, because they're so big, I think it would have helped if the eyepieces were smaller, or maybe if I had a bigger head, wider eyes or something, but it just doesn't work with my face, my eyes, so I don't know what it is. This is the 3rd time, and again, this is an expensive model. I just don't think I would want to try it again. I don't think it's going to fit with me. So anyway, I'm just going to leave bino viewing, forget about it, but you know what? If it works for you guys, then use it. But with me, it doesn't work. It's the 3rd time. Anyway, that's it. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video. If you know anybody getting into the hobby, or anybody on the forums that's asking about something like this or any other video that I've talked about, please share my channel. I do have members video, or once a month I post a video strictly for them. It never goes public, so that's something that the members only see. If you guys would like to see some of those videos, it's 99 cents a month. It's like 1 cup of coffee once a month. It's practically as low as I can go, while still helping the channel grow and buying stuff so I can show you guys. If you'd like to join, please do. You can just go on to members and just click on it, and it's only 99 cents. Again, guys, why not you? Why not me?